you know, when you're pushing out a baby, it's so satisfying, like that final push. Sorry.
I've never heard anyone say like that. It was so satisfying.
I'm hearing this for the first time too.
I'm assuming.
So
I believe
satisfying.
Why? Because you're done. You did it.
But also you're like pushing out like a head and shoulders and stuff, and it just kind of goes like.
Okay, here we go. We're already rolling.
Woo!
Welcome to Brighter Side. Guys, today we got Jess Conte in the room.
Thanks for having me.
And also we got Gabe Conte and we got Seb Conte.
What's good?
And
It's not Seb Conte.
Bobby Mares.
And I'm your host,
Bobby Conte
Bobby
today.
Mares. Yeah, we are coming from Nashville, Tennessee today.
Yeah,
home
baby.
of the Brave. I don't know what's.
Well, that's all of America. So technically, yes.
Technically, that is true.
But
And
that's also nothing new.
Yes, that is
The
true.
cowboy hats.
The cowboy hats.
Yeah.
He tried some on yesterday.
Yeah.
We took a little look at your guys' city over here.
Yeah.
Jess, would you like to address what's behind me over here?
So we are currently in Gabe and my podcast studio.
Let's go. Let's go. So by the time, whoa, let's go again. So by the
Sorry.
time this is out, you guys probably just announced it. Maybe have an episode out.
Possibly.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Guys, go check it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're at So Far So Good Studios. Let's
They
go
erased
in Nashville,
our episode
Tennessee.
that we did with them.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, we did an episode on theirs. But Jess,
Yeah.
in true Brighter Side fashion, we
Okay.
got to start out with the question that we start out with every time. What's your happiest memory? This could be from childhood. This could be recent. This could involve, family life in the
Okay.
past. Do you have something else that just boom?
I have like a couple. Do I
Okay.
have to pick one?
You could pick you start out with one. We'll see what happens.
I would say my happiest memory
Uh-oh.
is
What is it?
No,
Look, he's
okay.
scared too.
my happiest memory is when my daughter got placed on my chest for the first time.
Whoa. It's
Yeah.
not about me.
A new mother.
I'm kidding.
When you got placed on her
kidding.
chest for the first time?
I'm happiest memory number 2.
But
No,
yeah,
that's like, what were you feeling at that time? Because you just went
Like-
through something
so intense.
so intense.
Not to be like too TMI, but like, you know, when you're pushing out a baby, it's so satisfying, like that final push. Sorry.
I've never heard
Sorry.
anyone say like that. It was so satisfying.
I'm hearing this for the first time too.
I'm
It feels
assuming.
so
I believe it.
satisfying.
Why? Because you're done. You did it.
But also you're like pushing out like a head and shoulders
Yeah.
and stuff, and it just kind of goes like.
So is it
And-
like when guys have to take a massive turd? And
That's
they
what
finally make
I
it
was
to the
gonna say,
toilet?
too.
It feels like you're pooping, right? Girls have said
Yeah.
that.
But if the turd
And,
talked
but you
after.
like can't hold it back. This is getting too much too early on.
It was satisfying. You just got done with it.
She got placed on my chest, and like being pregnant for 9 months, you think like, oh my gosh, what are they going to look like?
Yeah.
You just have no idea. And so
Yeah.
that was really special. And just like the first thing I said to her was, hi, honey. And it just like felt so right and special. So that's the first thing that came to my mind. But
Yeah.
because we're all together,
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be rude not to talk about my happiest memory, probably of us.
Okay. So it's up there.
But I don't think Gabe was there.
I know which one it is.
Oh
100%.
my
Are you
god!
freaking kidding me?
I love this show.
It was when
I don't.
we went to Disney.
Unsubscribe from Brighter
No,
Side.
don't.
Okay, I have a couple Disney memories that I'm thinking of,
And
but
Gabe was never there.
one that like
Gabe was only not
I'm
there once.
actually kind of pissed right now.
It was just not there once. Go on.
I think you were on set or something. I think you were filming a show.
Yeah, I was busy working.
You're on the grind.
I was
Being an
hustling.
actor.
Yes.
We were at Disney and
Okay.
somehow we convinced you to go on the Guardians of the Galaxy Tower of Terror
Which people know at this point, I can't do
roller coasters.
none of that stuff.
Yeah.
But
and
you
for,
did.
For whatever reason, that day, that magical day, is maybe a full moon. I don't know what it was. But we all went to the
And
Guardians of the Galaxy.
you sat in the middle.
I'm already I'm just over
Me
here like
and
this.
Seb.
And I knew you
Fresh though.
pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Like I would say within like a few months of actually like knowing you guys.
Yeah.
And like filming with you guys.
Yeah, but I feel like we really bonded on this day.
Yeah. And you were there with your friend from Australia.
Yes.
We were there. We got on the ride.
I wasn't there.
You were not there. You're working. Commendable.
I'm still pissed.
Do you remember that as a happiest memory? No.
No.
It's the times with
But
friends.
I will say,
All right, bye.
we went on this ride, and
Yeah.
basically, if you've never gone on it, you shoot up, and then it keeps going like woo, woo.
It
If people are
bounces
only
you.
listening, that's going to be really confusing.
But it's within like 11 stories, I think.
Yeah,
Or 13.
It's crazy.
It's up there.
Anyway, Bobby was so terrified. He grabs both me and Seb's like shirts, basically.
Just like at the shoulders.
And it was just so funny.
That was the most terrifying
You were
thing
kind
I've
of
ever
like,
done. Oh yeah. The sound that came out of me, I've never made, and I never made sense. It was like, but with that, I had
God.
tears shooting out of my face uncontrollably, just like whipping, because we're going so fast. It was just whipping down my face.
Oh my gosh, it's the best ride ever.
Oh, that's scary. And I haven't been back since, and I don't plan on it.
Gabe doesn't really like it either. Me and Seb love that ride.
Honestly, I've started to like it.
Really?
Because I've gone a few times and I kind of like, I know what I'm in for each time. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay. But it's the worst one. Like roller coaster 9 times out of 10 before going on that thing.
I think things are the scariest when you don't know what to expect.
Yeah,
like
for
me
sure.
not going into that main roller coaster, it's because I don't know like how fast, how like long it takes to get on and off if it feels like it's forever.
It's
so,
so
like,
good. And then it smells like cookies. Like
when did it smell like cookies?
No, okay. So
It
it's
does.
it's the
This
incredible.
thing almost flew out of my nose, and I have nothing in it. That's
No.
It was my brain that almost came out.
It's the Incredibles
Word.
ride. It's the Incredibles ride. So
Yeah.
as you go, there's like different scenes that pop up as you pass.
Is
on
it
the roller
still-
coaster. So there's one where
Yeah.
like Jack has a cookie.
Yeah.
And you see it hanging, but they're shooting cookie smell. So you go through
Really?
the
It
section, and it
smells
smells
so
like
good.
cookies.
See, no one's telling me this. I just assume you get on, you get thrown back, your head hurts, and then you're just getting whipped around. Cookie smell? Love cookies.
let's go.
I
I have a podcast to record.
have a podcast.
Yeah.
We
We're in
gotta keep-
Nashville.
We're in Nashville. I would literally, I would right now. I would literally right now, but we're in Nashville.
Oh, dang it.
I know. It's kind of a mess.
There's Dollywood here in Tennessee if you want to go.
That just sounds like it's rusted nails.
Dollywood.
No offense, Dolly.
If you're watching this.
Or a piece of wood. But yeah, it seems a little rickety. I'm a little scared. I will say, those are good memories.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we're a part of one.
You
are a
serious?
part of the
You
first
were
one.
literally there
And
for our daughter's birth.
I was there for the first one. Yeah.
and the baby is
that
yours.
would be really bad if I wasn't there for the first one.
Yeah.
That's
you were
true.
part of that memory.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask you about a certain thing that you do
Okay.
that I don't think a lot of people do. And I
Okay.
want to know your experience.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you do it anymore.
Okay.
Okay, typically on look, Seb's like, oh, what?
I am.
Okay, for Saturdays, I don't know if you do this anymore. You do no phone Saturday.
What?
What?
Why
Jess-
was Seb reacting to this?
What?
I'm so confused. Why was Seb what was his reaction?
Why? I can't hear. Is she are you guys picking up the laughter?
Yes.
I don't hear it.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm going to cry again.
What's your question?
I'm just so freaking confused as to what happened. You go, oh, Seb is, and then Jess is cracking up, and I have no idea what's going on.
It's because I was like, this is something, I don't know if you still do it. And he's like, oh, what? What is it? What is he
he's
about to
just
say?
interested.
Yeah.
Oh, that retention.
Yeah.
I love it.
He was just like, what is he about to say?
Okay,
and then
sorry.
I peered over there and I saw it. Okay, you do no phone Saturdays. You still do it.
Phone-free Saturdays. Yeah.
Oh, that's like the actual
That's
term.
like the phrase.
Positive phrasing.
Phone free. Do you spell phone with an F maybe?
No.
Oh,
Sorry.
No,
That's
spell
my
free
bad.
with a
Do
PH.
you?
phone free. Okay, so you do phone free Saturdays. I don't do that. I never not have my phone. My phone's right there.
Have you ever taken a day off social media? You never.
Maybe like, no, I don't think so.
It's so good.
Yeah, like what made you like come up with it in the first place?
I have done a lot of like days off social media, like social media detox days.
Just randomly?
Yeah, and they're so good. They like clear your mind, your anxiety.
Is it just, but you don't get anxiety by like, oh, I need to have my, like, what if someone needs me? I don't have my phone.
I think in the beginning you think that you'll have FOMO from like not knowing what everyone's doing, because I think it's so normal to like look at everyone's stories every day.
Yeah.
But then you kind of forget about it. Saturdays for Gabe and I are our rest days, so we don't do any work. So that's already like a relaxing day for us. And it was at the start of the year, our church was doing a church-wide fast. And that was one of the things that I decided to fast, was every week I'd fast from my phone. And then we just loved it so much that we were just like, we want to keep doing it.
Yeah, because you always post about it after, and it sounds really cool, but I don't know if I could do it.
You totally could do it.
I just feel like I'd be like, what's Seb doing?
Yeah, you definitely need to like have stuff to do, so you're not just like sitting on the couch like, what do I do now?
And like, like you tell your family and stuff like, hey.
Yeah, they know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
But you just need to like have games, like, you know.
Game days.
Yeah, go on a walk, especially because we have a daughter. It's like a family day for us. So yeah, we love it.
And you're still doing it?
We didn't when we traveled.
Okay.
And so we still need to get back into it because we just got back.
We're going to be here on Saturday. Do we have to do it too?
Would you like to? I feel like
Seb, do you have...
you guys
haven't
would
said
feel
anything
so...
yet.
Oh, maybe. I'd be down to do it. I'd try it.
Oh.
We haven't been doing it when guests are in town, and we've had guests for like the past 3 to 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
Sorry.
it's like hard to be like
Sorry.
not using our phone when they're using their phone, and like
Yeah.
we're like texting each other about what's happening throughout the day if we leave or go. So like that's kind of been tough.
Yeah.
Usually when we're by ourselves, it's really easy.
I feel like there'd be some form of like really crazy freedom.
Seriously.
Because you're just like, okay, I don't have to do it. I
It
can do
feels
anything.
really like old fashioned. Like you're in the 90s.
You just read a book.
You're like, yeah, it's like, oh, I guess I need to go like knock on my neighbor's door to like, see what they're doing.
She's never knocked on a neighbor's door ever.
That's just like what it feels like.
You're like, that's what it feels.
It
Not
feels like I
going to.
should.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
funny. Okay, well, you guys are famously known for relationships, I would say. A little aspect of you guys. You guys' story.
Well, we're in one.
We are.
That's what I hear. So I have a question.
Okay.
What's wrong with me?
Oh.
That genuinely made you sad. I saw it in your eye. Why don't I have a relationship? What would you say is wrong with me?
I think.
Whoa, why are you so quick? Why did she had it on deck? She's like, well, a few things that I've collected this 2 days so far that you've been here.
Honestly, no. I think
Okay.
Los Angeles is really hard.
It is hard.
Like before Gabe met me, I feel like it was even hard for him to kind of like navigate meeting girls there. And then he met me there, but I'm like from the other side of the world.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's not you. It's LA.
Yeah, I could have probably
Thanks,
still
I
been
feel-
single if I didn't broaden my horizons outside of
Really?
Los Angeles.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. We've had this talk a few times, me and Seb over here.
You guys are the most single people
Whoa.
that I know.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that's
Like, I'm gonna
probably
be honest.
extremely true.
No, because there's like other single friends. Listen, I'm gonna take the
But
reins
they're
here for a
less
second.
single.
They're just so less desperate. Like
We're not desperate. We've already decided that.
bruh, all of our conversations that we have when we're around you two is about how badly you guys want girlfriends.
No.
Okay.
That's not true.
To their defense.
Okay, go. Let's hear this.
I just feel like we have been married for years. And so when they hang out with us, like it's normal to be like,
That's probably a new concept because you guys don't hear that
yeah.
being married.
And we have a lot
Hear
of other
what?
like married
Just like
friends.
you have married friend. Like no one's talking about like, oh, like where do I? Our DMs are open, but I
Mine are
don't know.
closed. I'm just gonna say
Like he's doing
after
that
today, mine are closed.
mine are closed.
Are they closed?
Yeah, mine are closed.
Are you just saying that so people are like, wait, let me see if they are closed?
No,
and they're
closed. They're closed.
open. Okay.
He just deleted Instagram off his phone.
Did
Probably,
you?
and then I'll re-download it tomorrow.
That's how it goes. Well, it's not Saturday yet,
yeah.
so you're good.
All right, well then send them on in.
Oh, boy, see how it goes?
wow.
There's
Just kidding.
a
just
quick
kidding,
turnaround.
Just kidding.
Okay,
No,
so
mine are closed.
What's it like being married then?
Now we've been married for over 6 years. So it feels very normal.
Yeah.
But at the beginning, it was like, I think we both thought that it would feel really different and be like this massive change.
From dating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then we got married, like, you know, we were like living together and it just like felt so natural. But I do think sometimes people have this like massive, like, I don't know, expectation of like this drastic change of what marriage will be.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep looking at you.
But it's
You
pretty
are married to me.
Yeah.
But it's
I'm
pretty
gonna, like, right?
But once you're like Well, I mean, it probably isn't that much different. Maybe because when you're in a relationship and you know, like, that's your person.
Yeah.
Like, you already have in your mind, like, you've decided and you know, and you're seeing them and you're thinking of them as like, this is my long run thing.
Yeah, it just felt natural is like the only way I can explain it. But it's so much fun. Like, just having your person there every day. I don't know. It's just like, it's great. Especially because we did long distance. It was a huge, like, we no longer have to say goodbye. And like, we no longer have to like cry at the airport.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's marriage.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Cause we don't know.
So what do you think is your problem then?
Like, about not being married?
Well, you asked me like what your problem
She's like,
is.
let's turn it on you. What do you think your problem is?
He looks at me. He's like,
Seb's doing like a silent show over here. He was
He
talking
is.
nonstop right before we started.
Well,
and then he's just
I'm
quiet
listening.
this whole time.
I'm learning how to listen, you know?
Just
Be
on the
slow to
podcast?
bro,
Oh, yeah,
that was
be
a
slow to
judgmental
speak.
face. She goes, what do you think is your problem? And he's like, he was hurt.
No,
He was hurt by it.
you looked at me too with that face too.
No, you looked at me first. I looked at you
No,
because
no,
you looked
no,
at
no,
me.
no. This guy looked at
This
me
is
with the
getting-
same reaction.
For having someone there all the time, like, is there an aspect to it of like, because we've been single for so long that
So
we're so used to being alone.
Yeah.
Not like in a sad way, but like for someone to be there at all times,
It's pretty sad.
is that a different, is that just a whole different, like, did that take getting used to? Is that a sentence?
I think I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
And I never lived by myself. So
Okay.
I moved from my parents' house to living with Gabe.
Okay.
So I'm not used to being by myself, but I would say it takes a bit of getting used to because you're two different people with like two different habits, and you need to like combine habits and be like, okay, you don't like doing the dishes and I leave my shoes everywhere, and you know, you like kind of are getting on the same page with it.
Yeah.
But would you agree?
That you leave your shoes everywhere? Yes. Yes. Literally, she
That's
walks
funny.
in from the house and I'm behind her. She takes her shoes off just somewhere random. And
Yeah.
I pick them up.
I'm
So
working
So you guys,
on it.
but
I'm
you guys
working on
already
it.
like you're getting to the groove.
Yeah.
You're in the groove at this point.
I would say
Yeah.
we are definitely in the groove.
Yeah. And
We're
then
6 years in.
so how's it feel
6.5.
having a baby now?
Oh my gosh, it's the best.
Just added to everything.
It feels so much like obviously Gabe and I were a family before, just the two of us, but now it feels so much like a family. And just seeing the person you love on like the baby that you physically birthed is so special, and like it's the best.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Is it different, especially even just like, because your time goes, so much time goes to a baby and having to raise a baby. Was that like a huge difference in like just lifestyle?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we both noticed how much time we would just like spend doing our own things. And now having a baby, we're just like, gosh, we had so much time. Like, how did we think we were so busy? But it's very worth it. Like,
Yeah.
I feel so much purpose and like so fulfilled in what I'm doing as a mom.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want it any other way.
That's nice. And you guys are still like killing the game. You guys are doing a billion different things while doing that. You just made a journal.
I did.
How'd you come up with that? Why'd you want to do that?
I am a journal girly.
Yeah.
So
Seb too.
Seb.
Yeah, I'm a journal girly.
just as journal girlies.
Yeah.
So I would always go in like Barnes and Noble or something. I'd always go to the journal section and
Yeah.
I would look through them all. And I just felt like there wasn't like the perfect journal for me because I wanted something that was kind of lighthearted and would have some activities or coloring pages or something. But then I also wanted more like deep things and like serious questions. And so I really thought that I had experience as a journal girly to create my perfect journal.
Yeah.
And it turned out really cool.
Yeah. I feel like that's like the perfect way to make something like that is like you're a user of it yourself. So you know exactly what you're looking for.
And it was really nice because when I announced it, people were like, this is such a Jess thing. Like, and that really meant a lot that people didn't think it was just like another YouTuber making another project, you know, for money, whatever it is. It's like, I really poured like so much time and like so much of my heart into it.
Yeah. And how does it feel like once you see it like out and about in the world?
It doesn't feel real, like
Yeah.
going into Barnes & Noble and seeing it there. It like feels fake, like I just like put it there. But it's
Just
so
walked
cool.
in and put it there.
Yeah, it's like, ooh.
That
I
is
love
cool.
it.
That's pretty crazy. That's like you're doing crazy stuff. I think we say sometimes like you guys just like silently just like killed the game. You guys are doing a ton of stuff. You put out a song recently.
I did.
When's like your next one coming out?
I can't tell you.
Is it
Just
like
kidding.
kind of like far away, or is it like decently soon-ish?
Well, so I recorded 5 songs, and
Yeah.
the song that I released was the one that I was most happy with production-wise and everything. I'm still working on the other 4. So that is why I did that one first.
Yeah.
But
Oh, copyright.
copyright.
That's a great song.
Jess.
Everyone loves
you.
it.
Thank you.
You're about to hit 600,000 streams already.
Wow.
Dang, that
Are
just
you
came
kidding
out.
me? Yeah. What the frick?
See, that's what I'm saying. But she's not like, yo, guys, stream it. We're about to do 600. Like,
she didn't
it's
tell
just
anyone.
silently like,
She like releases it under the radar at like midnight on her stories.
Yeah.
And then it just, it's crazy. She's a crazy
Well,
person.
thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy. I was so nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And also, you know, it's not about Gabe. And it's kind of like, it's a happy breakup song. And
Yeah, she wrote it
there
about
was-
another guy,
no,
Yeah.
which is
well,
like, it's super cool.
I will just address the drama actually.
Yeah.
It's not about one specific guy. And there was some like,
It's about multiple other guys.
okay, Gabriel,
I didn't make the cut.
I'm just going to ask you to. There was a couple of people
Yeah.
who weren't happy that I released a song not
Really?
about my husband. Yeah, actually, there was quite a few.
Yeah.
And I didn't respond to them.
Well, what did they say?
Just that it was like inappropriate that I was singing about another person when I've been like married for years and I have a baby.
I mean, in your defense, I feel like most music, like even music that I listen to now from like even like pop rock bands, it's so much like life experience of like them in high school or them just going through life. And that's what most people I think relate to so much because they go through their different stages of life. So like, I think as like an artist, it's good to have like all
Yeah.
type
Also,
of thing.
if we're gonna get personal with it, I would rather her write a song now when I know that we're happily married.
Yeah.
To use the perspective that she has on life and where we're at now.
Yeah.
To write something about her past versus like listening in retrospect to something that she wrote back then about another guy and be like, oh, this is like really weird. That
Yeah.
like she wrote it in this season and it like says these things that were like what she wrote was like completely.
Yeah. And I
It
will
was like great and respectful and whatever.
the inspiration for that song was going through a breakup or parting ways with someone, but like just wanting the best for them and not.
Yeah.
I feel like there's so many breakup songs that are like, you're the worst, like, frick you.
Yeah.
And I felt like I had.
Should we name drop some artists?
No.
No, but that's good. You're putting a different perspective on like, hey, there's a healthy way to go about this.
I felt like I had a message to share. So I like drew from experiences in my past. And a lot of people said like, this is so relatable. Like, thank you for doing this.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Well, because I think that's the best too, where you listen to an artist and you can apply it to yourself. Like when, you know, Justin Timberlake comes out with a song, you're not thinking like, oh, he's talking about
Exactly.
his wife. Like you're relating it to you so you can feel something through it. So I
Yeah.
think that's just good in general. And I think that's most music is just hearing something that you can experience yourself. And
It's tough to do that as
something?
YouTubers though, because the audience
Yeah.
that watches, at least the initial audience that's going to go listen to it, is
Yeah.
your audience that like knows your life and has watched all your
For sure.
videos.
Yeah.
So they're expecting you to make the art within music the same way you make your videos, which is like very
About current life.
current
and-
life or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
Versus you can be way more creative and create things outside the box when it comes to music and those kind of
Yeah.
forms of art.
yeah, because especially, a lot of music artists, you don't really know their personal lives. So you don't necessarily like hear an Ed Sheeran song and you're like, because he's married, he has a kid, I think. About the kid part, I know he's
I think
married.
he does.
But but you don't hear him singing a love song and you're like, it's about his wife. That's a good song. That's cool. That's good for
I
them.
know. Or
You're
be like,
oh, that's my girl. That's my guy.
I
blah,
can't
blah.
believe he's married and singing about a past relationship. Like,
Yeah, for sure. It's
just
because people know so much like personal life of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was really good. And
Thank
the
you.
other ones I'm sure are going to be great. You showed us one like a long time ago that was extremely good, but I don't know if it's on the doc.
It's not.
it needs
Wait,
to at some
which one
point.
did you show them?
It was like a long.
It was years
time
ago. The one that I wrote with Zach.
You like that one too?
Yeah. She like writes things that are great and whatever. She just like is so hard on herself and is such a perfectionist that she has a bunch of other ones that are kind of ready, but then she wants to kind of reproduce them all.
Yeah.
Because she has very specifically, she knows what she wants.
Yeah. And I mean, it works because it's great. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
And that's nice too, that even that song, like you're putting a spin, which leads into this next thing. Cause I usually ask people, how do you turn a negative situation into a positive one? And it seems like with that, you gave people another perspective of, hey, not all breakups have to be the worst thing ever, or not even with friendships or something.
Yeah.
Like there's different ways to go about it. And so like, do you have like a specific way if there's a negative situation that you like take steps, or is there a certain...
In general, I'm a pretty like optimistic person.
Yeah.
I feel like more likely than not, I will look at the brighter side.
Let's
Yeah.
go. Subscribe.
Oh, baby.
Rate 5 stars. Oh, sorry. No, but that's true. I mean, that helps in general. Just like in negative situations, you're already trying to just see the good stuff in it.
I think that's just like part of my personality. I don't know.
No, but that's good though. I mean, I think that leads to a lot of happy times.
Good things.
Yeah.
Brighter
things. Yeah. What, you look like you're about to say something.
No, I'm just listening.
Oh, okay. That's
Sorry,
all.
I don't have a great answer
Dude,
for that.
Seb's
No, that was
commentary
good.
on during this video has been heat.
he's really not
Come on,
talking.
Zebby.
I'm
If
listening.
you're listening, go watch on YouTube.
And subscribe.
What?
No, I got nothing to say. I'm literally listening. This is a good conversation. I'm
Okay.
learning from it.
Well, let's go back
Thanks,
to, since you guys are married and all that stuff, some dating advice.
Ooh.
Because like,
For you guys?
yeah, for us, for anyone listening,
Because you guys are like really single.
I wouldn't say
Give it to
really.
Bob.
I
Oh,
would
but you're
say-
desperate. Yeah.
No, but I
want
wouldn't even say desperate. What did we say the other day? We're like, we're not desperate. We're just looking. What,
Yeah,
we
we're
like
not-
made it. Okay.
We're not. I'm not desperate.
Whoa, you just throwing me in the desperate
Well, I'm
pool.
not saying you're desperate either.
Yeah.
I think there's like a level of, if we were desperate. Yeah, we were talking about this.
Oh yeah. We're like, if we're desperate, we would just go up to like everyone and be like, hey, do you want to date? Hey, do you want? But we're very specific as well.
Yeah, but there's an
Okay.
idea of,
That's good.
we were listening to Matthew McConaughey, and he was talking about how
Where?
Great book.
on a podcast, he
We're
was
on a
Where
call.
was he?
At dinner. Duh.
Dinner, why?
But he was talking about red lights, how he would always, he felt like at any red light, he would be looking left and right, looking for that special someone. And I feel personally, I've been doing that recently.
Like
So-
always looking, always on the...
Yeah, I'm just like on the hunt.
On the
like,
prowl.
On the prowl. And I'm just like, I don't want to do that anymore. I just want to do my green lights and...
What I will say is that when I met Gabe, I wasn't planning on looking for anyone.
That's
and I
what
feel
a
like
lot
a
of
lot of
people
people
That's
say
what everyone
that.
says.
It's so annoying, but
It
it's
is.
true.
But because he was saying that too the other day, and I was like, but on the other side, there's probably a lot of people that just haven't said that they were looking and then it worked too.
Yeah.
No, well,
Yeah, but that I've never heard people say like, "Oh, I was looking and then I found her."
But
I've
there has to be.
But I've never heard that.
no. This is the thing. Like, I wasn't looking, but when like a situation would arise, I would consider.
Yeah, you weren't like, it's off the table.
Yeah, it's not like, oh, I'm not looking, therefore I'm not going to date anyone and like get into this. I was just like, I'm doing my thing. I'm going to focus on work or my life or whatever it is that I'm doing. Focus on God. And then when like, if someone were to pop up, it'd be like, okay, let's like consider this situation.
Yeah.
See if it aligns. If it doesn't, all right, easy. We move
Yeah.
on. It's not a
Yeah.
big deal. I'm in the same exact place I was yesterday.
Yeah.
Cool.
I feel
Then we
like
keep moving.
if-
And then, yeah, you go.
No, no.
It's your podcast. You're the guest.
Yeah,
So,
But what I did want to say was that
Were you in the same mindset of like, I'm not looking, but you DM'd him?
I know. Yeah. And I think like,
she did come across a little desperate.
Yeah, like when you DM'd him,
okay.
when you DM'd him,
4 times.
does that come from looking or is that just?
Yeah. How did you actually come across him?
I came across him through another like YouTuber's
Jacko.
Snapchat.
Jacko?
Jack?
Yeah,
Jacko,
Yeah.
yeah. She knew his stuff. Okay, you go.
Okay. So because he lived over there or you just knew of him?
Okay, so Jacko is an Australian content creator. He was like YouTuber Viner.
Mm-hmm.
So I followed his Snapchat. He was with Gabe in LA and so Jacko was just like posting a bunch of Gabe.
He was staying with me at that time for like 3 weeks.
Okay.
And
We were
so
just hanging out, posting a bunch.
Then I went to his Instagram just to like find.
So you found him.
Yeah, I went and found him, but I
Jess
wasn't.
is known to be a stalker. On
She's
Instagram.
really good.
Okay.
Not a stalker in a bad way, but you're really good with
Thank you.
social media in
With
general.
finding people.
You're a
She finds-
detective.
She
Search.
sees the person, finds the handle, gets the information she wants.
You're a good Instagram detective.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, continue.
Pretty good.
Detective is kind of my dream job.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you like Monk.
Yeah, I love.
Okay, so let's say, do you remember you found his page?
Yeah.
You did a little scroll, I'm sure.
Yeah. of
What
course.
what was your like initial thing off the scroll?
Off the scroll
Yeah.
was
She saw one shirtless picture and was like,
He's
what
a
a douche.
Christian.
Okay, Christian.
Yeah, I could tell that he was a Christian. His bio, some of his like captions were like Bible verses.
Yeah.
she could tell I was a Christian from my shirtless pictures because then you could see the cross necklace.
I obviously thought he was cute, but I wasn't like me not being
What?
a YouTuber.
What the F?
What?
I obviously thought he was like cute, but like, you know.
No, what I'm saying
No, yeah,
is
what were you
But when I
saying?
met him in person, it was his personality.
me not being having like, you know, social media as my job. I was just like a little girl from Brisbane, Australia. I didn't think that he would be interested in me at all. So I wasn't like going into this like DMing him like, oh my gosh, we're going to date. Like he's going to like me. And
But
What?
you did think there was a chance because you did DM him.
I DM'd him like pretty innocently.
Really?
I'm just
Yeah.
like, that would be nice, but I probably don't think
like
anything.
he probably won't respond, but I may as well like just see.
What were you doing at the time? I don't think I know this.
I was in university. Is that what you're
Okay.
asking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
College.
I
Okay.
had a YouTube channel on the side,
Yeah.
but yeah, I was doing graphic design.
Were you doing for YouTube? Was it just like random time, like once every 2 months type thing, or were you like
No, I think I was pretty consistent.
really?
I had a video go viral of my dad and my brother,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of like blew up my channel, like started my channel.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I have like 5,000 subscribers. I need to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So I would do just like the old school like tags and like what's in my bag and stuff like that.
But you're doing it pretty consistently before,
I would say so.
really?
But it was just like a hobby. I didn't think it would turn into my full-time job at all.
Yeah.
But
But like when we met, she had like 30,000 subscribers and then like 10,000 Instagram followers. So it wasn't like,
So
she
you're
had a-
you're doing it.
it was
yeah,
like micro
Yeah.
influencer.
I don't think I was making like much money from it at all. So
Okay, and then so you found him. You're like, ooh,
and
shot
I
him a DM.
asked him what church he went to.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That is pretty good. And then when he wrote back, what were you thinking?
I was really surprised that he saw it and answered back.
The reason I used to not check my DMs a whole lot.
Yeah.
Or at the time. I mean, I still really don't, but she DM'd when I had just got my wisdom teeth out. So I was like dead on the couch for a week and I
Yeah.
was just like
Let's just look.
watching Netflix shows, scrolling through social, like I had nothing to do. I was just like dead on the
Wow.
couch. So then I ended
That's
up
some
seeing
good
her
timing.
DM. Yeah.
But I obviously thought it was cool. Like, cause
And
I watched,
stalked her. The stalker got stalked.
Yeah, that's a question here in a sec. What were you gonna say?
he's like, okay, stop talking.
My turn.
I don't remember what I was saying.
That he wrote back, and
Okay,
you were
yeah.
like surprised because you didn't have an expectation, basically.
Yeah. I was very shocked, but I thought it was cool because I loved watching YouTube already. Like I watched a lot of like the British YouTubers,
Yeah,
you know, like the big like group back in the day.
yeah.
So I watched those, and so like it was exciting, and I loved doing YouTube.
Did you watch like when you first found him? Did you like go through his videos and all
Yeah,
that
I
stuff?
did.
And then you were just like, "Oh, that guy's funny."
That's actually like shocking. Those videos were horrendous.
I remember that time though, ish,
That you
where
just
you're
like
you're
sit
doing
and-
like the really shareable videos.
You were following me then?
No, I wasn't following you.
Are
It
you-
was a little bit. You guys already knew each other when I learned you, but at that time you were doing like
Learned
the
you?
very like
It was the random like
shareable, funny, but
It
they're
was-
funny.
It was the typical like YouTube challenges where you just sit down and it's like, would you rather? And you know,
Those
Yeah.
are the good old days.
I know.
bro, YouTube was so easy back then.
I like
Compared to now.
Yeah, it was just like fun. Like you sit down, you film, whatever happens. You're just having a good time,
And
Yeah.
it like did well.
and it did
Too.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like it. Now you have to be like,
Then Mr. Beast just ruined everything.
I mean, no, I watch Mr. Beast. So when she wrote back to you and you stalked her, what were your initial things when you were like looking at her page?
Yeah, mine was like, this girl's gorgeous.
Yeah.
And then I was going through and she had some singing videos. And I'm like, her voice is insane.
So you were like instantly like,
I was like,
see what's going on.
Who is this girl?
Yeah.
And then I was like, is this like some sort of catfish deal? So then I did.
And that's a good sign if he thinks you're a catfish.
Yeah, I mean, thank you.
Yeah, so then
Like, yeah, it's a compliment.
was,
Yeah.
yeah, you're welcome, babe. So I was going through her social media, and there's like normally like a catfish. There's not a lot of history on the page, and it's pretty like an isolated page. It's not like connected to other accounts and stuff. So like I was going through. She had a lot of posts of like family, this and that, and then all of like the family accounts. Like it was like her mom, and then I could see her mom, and it was tagged, and her mom was posting her, and then her sister, and it was all kind of like. The network was like built out enough where I was like, this person's legit. Yeah.
That would have been a lot of work for me to like catfish and have like 6 accounts of like all my family and
but then also like she would have been posting for like what 6 years of
everybody
photos just to like catfish someone.
Did you know she was a Christian while you were looking at her profile, or did you find that out once you met her in person?
Well, no, because her DM was asking.
Oh,
I knew she was Christian
Christian
right away because I saw her from her DM. Yeah.
How far?
So Seb, if you want to, is your mic working?
Yeah,
Your headphones working?
Yeah.
Wait, so how long after you hit him up were you in America and hung out?
It was about a month.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang, and then the rest is history.
And then I had 3 weeks in LA, and that's like so fast thinking about it. Like,
well, for one
the
final
3 weeks
to rewind a little bit, I kind of like made her get on a FaceTime call.
Oh, that's good. That's smart.
Before we met in person.
Wanted to make sure I was real. And
was that FaceTime call like?
Oh my gosh! Well, back in that day, why did I say that?
I remember those FaceTime calls.
Like, especially in Australia, maybe it was different over here, but you just wouldn't FaceTime. So when he asked to FaceTime me, it was like Skype. It was like, why would he want to get on Skype with me? That's so random.
Yeah.
Instead of just like texting or calling.
So you DM someone, you go, yo, here's my Zoom.
Can you Zoom me?
So he kept asking to FaceTime, and I guess I was nervous because I was like, that's so strange. So we ended up doing FaceTime audio, and that was like our compromise.
Okay.
But we talked for like 2 hours about like
on the
family
audio?
and it was really natural. And
well, also we kind of had to do FaceTime audio because if you do a normal phone call, then you rack up the minutes where FaceTime audio just goes through data.
Oh, okay.
So that's like the way to do international is just FaceTime or FaceTime audio.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. But
Okay.
it was natural. And then I guess from then he was like, here's my number. Like, let me know when you're in town. And then we met up and
smooth.
Yeah.
And then now fast forward, you got a baby, Nashville, Tennessee.
The place to be.
The place to be. You got a podcast
The
together.
land of the free.
You guys have done a ton of crazy stuff.
And have amazing friends.
Who are
She
also
said
going to
it.
move to Nashville.
That's the announcement, guys. Oh, Sep.
I'm not moving to Nashville.
They want us to move here. So far, we've only been here for 2 days, 2.5 days, 3 days, 2 days,
2.5, I think.
2.5 days. It's
This
been
is our
great.
half.
It's been nice. We've seen some of it. Nice people.
You went to Broadway
nice
last
neighbors.
night?
We went to Broadway, the famous Broadway. It was a fun time.
Very
We
good
saw
time.
some cool bands. We saw some cool people. It was a tourist attraction. We are tourists technically in the city.
You had to experience it once.
We had to. That's what everyone says. And you guys sent us down there. We didn't want to go. Okay, so as we're
I don't think that's how this
as we're
goes.
ending as we're ending
People.
as we're ending this podcast, I ask everyone the same question, which
Okay.
is, do you have a time in your life that you remember where someone's kindness made a big impact on you?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is because we traveled recently to and from Australia, which is a 14-hour flight from LA. And doing that with a baby is really tough. And my experience on those flights was so great because the people around us, I remember our flight, it was to New Zealand on our way back to the States.
Yeah.
There was a lady sitting behind me, and Micaiah, my baby, is like getting tired, getting hungry, et cetera, et cetera. So, you don't want to be that parent with like the screaming baby.
Yeah.
But she was so nice, this lady behind me, and was like, making faces and playing. And then she was like, do you want me to take her for a bit?
Wow.
And I think like parents to all like, or I guess on behalf of all parents on flights, parents are just like, oh, like I hope my baby behaves. And something small like that, like just trying to entertain my baby just meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing I thought of. The second thing I thought of is probably with Gabe, honestly, when we started, like when we first met, because I feel like little things like being nice to a waiter or something, like that goes such a long way.
Yeah.
And I specifically remember Gabe was like so kind to everyone that we came into contact with. The restaurant that we were at, he was like so polite to the waiter. I feel like that
Thanks, man.
just like gave me such a good impression of like how he is as a person.
Yeah. Yeah. And I like asking that question because I feel like it allows everyone to see like that sometimes there's small gestures or something like that can go a long way. Whether, I mean, I'm sure you say like, thank you and let people know all this stuff, but I think it just goes to show like you could be doing this or that or something just out of kindness that it can make a big impact on people. Like that lady on the flight, like she was probably just like, oh, I feel you, like, let me help, blah, blah, blah. But again, like you took that as just like a huge relief, probably changed your trip and like how you viewed that whole like hard experience of what it would be, which it already is to fly that long anyways. So yeah, I think it's cool hearing different people's kindness stories.
Do you have one?
No one's really been nice to me yet.
Oh.
Just kidding. You guys have let us stay over here. This is the most recent kind thing, I would say.
Yes.
You guys let us stay in your house, in your home. Got us a towel. Got us 2 towels because I thought the other one was a blanket because it was just fancy.
Paid for our food.
Wait, so I got you a towel?
So
and there was already a towel?
That night I was like, oh, I need a towel.
We thought they were
she already
blankets.
laid a towel on the bed.
Bro, that's what I thought. Jess does that all the time. And I was like, why are they asking for towels?
But your towels are so fancy.
It was
they
like
look like
fancy,
blankets.
Yeah, I thought it was a blanket.
They're just like thin. And so, yeah, he definitely thought it was like a throw blanket.
That's so
I thought it was a
funny,
blanket too.
dude.
Yeah.
Because literally when I was like, when you asked, I was like, oh, Jess didn't put them out. So then I went to the box and the ones that she usually puts out were gone.
Yeah.
And I was like, how weird. They must be like in the wash.
Yeah,
or
I
something
didn't
right
want to
now.
like take the chance and like
Yeah.
get out of the shower.
blanket.
I'm just
I thought it was decoration for my bed.
Yeah, I thought it was.
It can be now, guys.
It's still on the bed, like on the side. Like
Yeah,
I decorated it even
I
more
haven't
so.
used it yet.
Yeah, there's like little tassels on it. It's a nice towel.
At least now I know I need to make it obvious that that's a towel for
You just put
future guests.
a labeled little card
towel
on it.
Error.
You dummies. It's just us. But okay, well, yeah, that's pretty much the podcast. There we go. Do you have anything else you want to say? Maybe about so far so good?
Well, thanks for having me.
Okay,
I'm a fan. I subscribe.
let's go.
And yeah, our podcast is most probably out.
Yeah, most probably.
Like by the time this is up, we're
You can
not
tell our
too sure.
podcast is pretty good.
Yeah,
We know how to talk.
It also looks a little different than this. We are in the space. Thank you. And
We did like
we moved everything around to
shuffle
kind of,
the setup to
Yeah.
fit this.
yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for having us. And thanks for being on the podcast. That's
you
it.
very much.
Subscribe.
My pleasure.
See you.
Subscribe.
Let's go.
Brighter side.
That's good. All right,
Let's get
that's
it.
Brighter Side. See you guys. Subscribe. Subscribe to everyone here. Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Brighter Side out.
Let's go.
Peace.
Boo.
That's it.
That's your outro.